and very good morning. I'm Millie Nanayakara.
And I'm Lenmini Thiruhena. Hello everyone.
Right, it's the time of the day again. It's time for yesterday's rundown.
Yes, the day began much like today with a morning show. Then came two eye-openers, the Tech Talk show and the panel discussion from where we had a bit of a break. When we did return, we had some quality content to round out the day. The first is yet another interesting Tech Talk show, followed by feedback for the project entrance and finally a webinar. If you enjoyed the show yesterday, you'll love what we have today.
Today we are going to talk about a major topic that could really help everyone in a world where there is a vast number of guests and users of digital appliances. I am of course talking about cybersecurity.
I'm sure most of you have heard about the term, but we're hoping to talk some more about this to provide you with some familiarity.
That's right, Lenmini. So to begin with, what is cybersecurity? I'm sure most of us could think of an answer. Lenmini, what is your idea about it? I thought it just like those security agencies that provide bodyguards, that this is just a software.
Well, typically it can mean differently for different folks depending on what they use it for. However, essentially we can say that cybersecurity means protecting the devices and data of one user or many from unauthorized access and keeping them free of viruses to make sure they're working properly.
Yeah, the main goal of cybersecurity is to ensure confidentiality, integrity and availability of data, which is widely known as the CIA triad. As all of you can understand, confidentiality means preventing unauthorized access. Integrity is ensuring the data is complete and with 100% accuracy, and availability indicates the data being available for individuals to use and to under any circumstance.
Okay, we hope everything is clear up to now. We can move on to the subject of cyber threats. Cyber threats are the possibility of a successful cyber attack that aims to gain unauthorized access, disrupt, steal or destroy data or services. Even though I fit in cool in the movies, I find it difficult to be the hacked party. After all, they hack bad guys in them, but I'm not a bad guy.
I also hope you're not a bad guy too. Yes, cyber threats could come from various groups. Those can come from hostile nations, hackers, terrorists, and of course it can come from someone you know very closely too, who has access to your data. Personal privacy is important.
It feels scary for me to think that someone close to me might steal my data.
Yes, that is why we should be prepared. After all, society norms are not as before, where people lived in their honesty.
Speaking of hackers, Milne, there are three main types of hackers, namely black hat, white hat, and grey hat hackers. Black hat hackers are the villains. They always do illegal businesses by hacking and use the obtained data for their actions. They are legally employed by companies or institutes to test the security of their data structures and networks by giving them permission to hack their systems to detect vulnerable points and secure them. What about the grey hat hackers, Milne?
Okay, grey hat hackers do not wish to do any serious harm. The mostly hackers hack and find loopholes, crack defenses of a system, and sometimes leave a message for the owner. They move on after that. They mostly do it for fun or for their personal gain and satisfaction, but they are also illegal. We can just take it as color grey. Grey is a mix of black and white. And the grey hats walk on the fence between black hats and with white hats, making them a considerable threat.
With that, can we talk about the aftermath of a cyber attack, Milne? I would find it scary if someone had accessed my private data. You know, a middle-head person like me, I can't even remember my passwords correctly. Why should I do if they're exposed? And I'm not even going to think about the situation that they will access my bank. Imagine waking up and finding that your bank account is looted. I'll probably go to sleep to check whether it's a dream or not.
Right, if your data has been accessed unauthorizedly, you have to change the passwords of your devices and accounts, lest they have further intruded upon. Run a security check using an antivirus program, and if your data is sensitive from authorized data people, in serious cases, a digital forensic operations is carried out after a cyber attack. There are trained professionals, forensic experts, and also their aim is to find the intruder and press charges against them. In a court, it might give you compensation. Digital forensics is also used to recover data. And there are insurance companies that have dedicated cyber insurance plans too. Would you like to add anything to that, Lenmini?
None at all, Millie. That was a neat explanation. Anyways, let us talk about how to ensure our personal privacy in the cyber world.
Oh yes, talking about ways to protect your data and using good passwords for your accounts and devices is of utmost important. And always use antivirus softwares on your devices. These are important for a reason. And always be mindful of the physical states and also of the devices too where the data is stored. Keep them safe in a working conditions. Lenmini.
You're correct, Milnie. I can add a few more things to the list. Backing up your data is a good practice, and using cloud storage for that is safer against cyber criminals. And speaking of social media, always be cautious and conscious of the risks that come up when sharing your personal details, and do not share them with untrusted users or websites. Quick it up. It is not advisable to use public Wi-Fi without a VPN and keep your Bluetooth connection unnecessary. Right, Milnie?
Right. Also, I always think that awareness of new technology trends is more important now than ever, as it would help advance in the digital era, where almost all of the work we do is involved with some kind of digital method, maybe mobile phones, laptops, or any other technology device. My opinion is that everyone should have a fair understanding of what information technology is.
Totally. All right, everyone. We hope our discussion about cybersecurity helped you broaden your awareness and knowledge, and it was our sole hope. We hope to meet you all again with something new in the next morning. And stay tuned for more programs brought to you by ITV. Goodbye, everyone.
Have a good day. Very good morning to everyone. I'm Milina Nakara and I'm here with my co-host Lenmini Tuluhena. Before we dive into today's sessions, let's give a rundown of what happened yesterday.
The day began with the obligatory rundown and more the day with the penultimate event being an interview with the alumni, and to top it all off, a webinar. We hope to carry on the momentum and build upon yesterday's success. And let's get into the show now.
Hello and welcome back, viewers. Now there's no hiding the fact that we use apps for pretty much everything nowadays. From procuring groceries to keeping up with the game scores, the convenience that apps have brought into our world is truly unbelievable. Yet, there's something about them that we always take for granted. It's the design and the overall app appearance. Here to shed some light on the matter
it'll stop being useful, right, to have regulated councils, because the government back, you can't predict how much of circulating supply is going to exist. And
I am Venoli Gamage, a student of IIT. This is about product ASIPs, the automated system for identifying parcel staff from parcel candidates.
As an undergraduate, the first place where you are going to work is really important, because that's where you get exposed to the corporate world for the first time.
I love WSO2 because of the usage of middlewares and then the systems like open banking and identity servers. So I just love to learn a lot of experience and work on APIs and get my hands on that, so that during my final it will be a really great help.
I was shocked. I was definitely shocked. I didn't expect to get in, and I was ecstatic.
I remember getting the call that they said I was accepted, and I was really happy, and Yeah, it's a dream come true.
I was happy, and I really can't explain in words. To be honest, during this pandemic situation and all, to get an internship, it's really hard, and I really feel grateful to WSO2 to take me as an intern.
Hi everyone, I'm Brian Fender, an undergraduate of IIT who is following the Business Information Systems degree at IIT. So I was lucky to achieve many achievements as a student of IIT. When I call back about my memories at IIT, I was joined to IIT in 2020, and due to the COVID pandemic, I was unable to attend for the physical lectures for about 2-3 years, but I was lucky enough to go for the physical lectures about 1 month. So when I recall my memory on those days, it was actually fun. And we were able to attend many more events physically also. And in my second year, I was appointed as the president of Mozilla Club of IIT as well, and I was a member of Rotaract Club, IEEE Club as well. So by the exposure I got as an volunteer helped me a lot in my internship year as well. So when it comes about my personal achievements, I was lucky enough to achieve many more hackathons in my life at ATM, and it helped me a lot to grow as an undergraduate and make new connections in the IT industry as well. So especially I should mention few words about the internship, which is mandatory for all IITians in their third year. So I was lucky enough to sharpen my soft skills actually by by working as a volunteer, and also by attending those physical events conducted by IIT as well. The course content to really helped me to achieve a lot in my life as well, and also I was lucky enough to sharpen my soft skills because of this internship period as well. And this course, as I already told, this course content really matches the current job market as well, and I really experienced that in my internship period. In the last, I should mention the panel of lecturers who helped me a lot in my studies and extracurricular activities as well. They helped me a lot to prepare myself for the hackathons and other stuff as well. And I never forget that the guidance I got from them as well. So as a student, I would like to say that IIT to helped me a lot to achieve many more things in my life, and I should thank all the lecturers who supported me in my life as well.
Hello and welcome. Now, many of you that may be watching this may have just started your journey here at IIT. You may be feeling anxious about the long road ahead. Here to quell your anxiousness and any fears you have are the students on the last leg of their journey here at IIT. Please welcome Suresh Piris, Thivyan Kaneswaran, Lakshan Abesingha, and Upeka Ilangaratna. It's an absolute pleasure to have you all on the show. All right, let's get into the show. Suresh, what was your reason behind choosing the degree programs that you did?
From my young age itself, I had this driven passion towards computer science, innovations, and technology. So I really wanted to pursue my career in terms of becoming a software engineer. So that's the main reason why I have chosen this degree. So I am doing software engineering at IIT right now.
Thank you, Suresh. That was very insightful. Thivyan, is there anything you wish you had taken into consideration when making your decision about where to attend? What was the influential factor that pulled you into it?
Okay, so to answer that question, I was actually interested in a degree program which actually gave the whole essence of a bachelor's degree. So to begin with, first of all, the main factor which attracted me the most was the 1 year long internship program which is offered in this degree. And by the way, I am doing business information systems at IIT. So to talk about that, specifically I saw that all the modules were lined up to the to update us on the recent accelerations in the technology, as well as a business, in a business perspective. They were equipping the whole students on how to make decisions and how to adapt to the new business world. So that is what which attracted me to join IIT.
Thank you, Divyan. That was very inspiring. Lakshan, how was the program lived up to your expectations?
Well, actually, when I started off, I was actually, before joining IIT, I was more of a biology student. So I was involved with biology mostly, and I didn't have much of an idea when it came to coding or programming or anything that is related to IT. But after I started to grow a passion towards IT and towards programming and to this side of what I'm studying now, and I chose IIT. I got to know of IIT through a friend of mine, and after that, when I started IIT, and up to now, I guess it has given me like more than what I expected, definitely more than what I expected. So when I started IIT, I had no idea about coding or anything like that, and now I'm working as a data engineer. So I can happily say that it has given me more than what I expected regarding academics and the other stuff as well. So yeah, basically.
Thank you, Lakshan. That was very insightful. Upeka, would you like to add more to it?
It has definitely lived up to my expectations. So when I joined IIT, I'm following a business management degree. So I wasn't sure which area I wanted to specialize in the field of business. So that was the main reason why I selected a general business management degree program. And now after 4 years, I know which career pathway I want to take. So it has definitely lived up to my expectations.
Thank you, Upeka. That was very insightful. Suresh, do you think that you're prepared for what lay ahead after you're following your graduation?
Definitely. So once I complete my bachelor's degree, I'm planning on moving forward with a master's degree in business actually, because I thought of changing my academic field, because currently I'm doing my own startup, and I think I really need to change my academic pathway, because I need the business aspect as well. So currently I do software engineering in IIT, but I think I'll be needing to change my pathway as well. So that's the main reason why I'm going to move forward with business in the future as well. Also, I'm planning on doing some other graduate programs in terms of data science and all. So those are my future plans.
Thank you, Suresh. Now we'll be going for a short commercial break. We'll be back with more interesting content to discuss.
Building a digital product is complex, demanding, uncertain. And that's where we come in. We're a group of creative thinkers, digital product specialists, dreamers, and team players. With over 15 years in the industry, 400 innovators, 50 awards, building over 150 digital products for our global customers. We engage in your awesome idea and help bring it to life. 99X, creating impactful digital products together.
And we are back. Continuing with where we left off. Upeka, could you kindly tell us about your internship experience? How impactful has it been? How has it prepared you for the industry?
Okay, so I did my internship at Creative Software as a HR and admin intern. So I think we were a bit unfortunate. Our year we started like a few months into the pandemic. So I think a lot of us had to work from home and we had a bit of a struggle there. But even so, I had a great internship experience. It's been really helpful to the point where I came back for my final year as a full-time student, and now that I've completed the degree, I will be rejoining Creative again as a permanent employee. So it's been a really great experience.
Thank you, Upeka. Lakshan, did you have a good work-life balance while being interns?
Yes, I can safely say that I had a good work-life balance. I worked as a software engineer, a trainee software engineer, as an intern, and I guess we had a lot of work to do because it's actually a learning curve for us. As an internship, you'll be gaining so much of experience, you'll be getting to know about what's out there in the industry, and you'll be getting an exposure as well. So with all this, I think it's always important to have your work-life balance. And as an intern, I guess I was able to have that successfully. So I think that's one of the most important things that has to be in a student, as also as an intern. So yeah, I guess that was all good for me.
Yeah, that was very insightful. Thivyan, has any one of you mentored an underclassman? If yes, would you tell us why you learned and what you learned while mentoring someone, and if you had any impact on yourself?
Alright, so to talk about mentoring, so let me start with talking about my mentor first. So during my final year, Ms. Gayashni Ratnayaka was the mentor of mine, and actually I learned a lot from her, from the basics on how to direct a particular person towards achieving his or her goal. So likewise, I've also mentored few teams in IIT and also few individuals as well who are my juniors on actually how to finish their project or how to get whatever they are expecting. So on that terms, I have gained a lot, because when you try to direct someone to achieve something, you will also learn the fact that what are the things you have missed when you are planning to go to that particular goal. And also specifically speaking, that I've also been a mentor in a few of the hackathons, and namely recently we had the Hacksmas of 2022, and I was also a mentor in Hacksmas, and it was really great to be a part, because looking at our juniors coming up with new game-changing ideas, it's a pleasure to assist them to achieve whatever they want. And I'm also happy that I had an input on them to improve their product. So I feel that actually mentoring completes a person. So that's my view on mentoring an underclassman.
Thank you, Thivyan. That was very inspiring. It's time for a very short commercial break. Don't move a muscle. We'll be back before you know it.
Ever dreamt of an unlimited career? We did. Circles Life is revolutionizing the digital services industry by giving power back to customers. It is the go-to consumer brand providing delighted and engaged customers with personalized digital services across the world. It applies a cloud-based business model to automate telco systems and create personalized digital lifestyle services beyond telco. And you wonder how? We are all about our people. Since our launch in 2016, Circles Life continues to launch transformational products. We dare to dream, and we pride ourselves to continue to grow. We've expanded to Indonesia, Taiwan, Australia, and many more. We're young. We take risks. That's why we constantly succeed. If you love working in a dynamic place that pushes you to your limits, why not join our Circles Life family and be part of an ever-growing team of game changers? Head to Circles Life today.
Welcome back to the show, where we have IIT's outgoing year students here with us today. Lakshan, if you could start your degree program all over again, what would you change and why?
If I were to start my degree program all over again, I don't think I would change much about what I chose for my higher education, because I guess this is choosing IIT was one of the best decisions I have made regarding my higher education. So I don't think I would change much about it. I don't think I would change anything at all, because I am happy about where I am currently and about how I started and where I am. So it has been a 4-year-long journey, and during these 4 years, I learned so much. I gained so much experience and so much of information and exposure to the field, to the industry. I met so many people, friends and professors, lecturers, and a lot of people in the industry as well. So that gave me a good exposure, and I engaged in other extracurricular activities as well, and so everything was quite good. And especially when it came to academics, I think IIT focuses so much on academics. It focuses a lot on your education, as I guess that's mostly what's happening here. So I think that's one of the main reasons why I myself have got so much of a personal growth regarding character, and also about my work and where I am currently in my work and in my studies. So as I said, I started off as a student who doesn't know anything about IT, but currently I'm in a good position when it comes to IT and engineering. So actually, based on all that, considering all that, I don't think I would change anything about how I would start if I had to start all over again.
Thank you, Lakshan. Upeka, I'm quite confident that you've got hundreds upon hundreds of memories here at IIT. What has been the best for now?
Yeah, I agree. There's been so much in the last 4 years, but I think the most memorable for me was Stagecraft 2020. It's the annual talent show of IIT, which our batch, headed by Lakshan, actually was organizing. And I was fortunate to be part of the winning, actually, the champion dance team category. So I can still remember the excitement and the euphoria and that adrenaline rush dancing on that stage with all the lights and the music and the audience. So that has to be my number one moment at IIT.
Thank you, Upeka. And Suresh, as I said in the beginning, many of whom may be watching this must have started their journey just now here at IIT. So what are your words of wisdom that you would like to give them?
Since we are doing an academic degree, we all should focus on our academics first, because that's the very first thing we should do as undergraduates. Secondly, we should have the right prioritization of work, because you have to deal with a lot of work, especially when you're in your internship program. You have to focus on many other things. Since we are doing an engineering degree, we all should focus more on our academics first, because that's the first step we should keep if you are doing especially doing a software engineering degree. So apart from that, we should focus more on our priorities as well, because prioritization of work is really important. Because when you get into the internship program during your third year, you have to have the right prioritization of work, because you have to do multiple things. You have to attend meetings, you have to do releases and all. So once you're multitasking with a lot of work, you have to have the right prioritization of work, as well as make sure to start your work on time and make sure to have your own daily schedule. So yeah, those are the most important things you all should consider when you're doing an engineering degree here in IIT.
Thank you, Suresh. Thivyan, do you have anything to add to it?
Yeah. So to begin with, it's when it comes to the whole aspect of studies. Yes, of course. So what I could tell my juniors and anyone who is looking forward to join IIT, always focus on your studies, just like Suresh said. Studies is very important, but also studies alone, it won't add up to anything. I mean, studies is important, but you also should support your studies by involving yourself in other extracurricular activities. It can be sports, it can be clubs and societies, it can be organizing events, because this gives the whole essence of an undergraduate degree. It's not about what is there in the books. It's about the people who you talk to, the things you communicate, and the circle you grow. So I would say that always keep academics as an important factor, but also make sure that you involve in other extracurricular activities. I mean, especially IIT is known for its extracurricular activities, so there's many opportunities here at IIT. So you just have to come and talk to people, and it will take. I mean, the whole atmosphere will take you to a place and will fill you with lots of memories.
Thank you, Divyan. That was very inspiring. And Lakshan, what kind of message would you like to give your juniors?
Yeah, so agreeing to what Suresh and Divyan mentioned, I guess what I would want to say to the juniors or to anyone who will be starting this degree or any other degree at IIT is to always prioritize your work first. Make sure that you pay attention to your lectures and to your courseworks and assignments mainly, because in the end that's what's, I mean, you will be gaining so much of experience and everything from IIT, everything from your degree, and you'll be heading up to your industry as well. So always prioritize your work first, and just like Divyan said, we have other clubs and societies, you can engage in sports, so much of things. There's so many other things in IIT like apart from the academics. So I guess it's always important to engage, to keep yourself involved in these clubs, societies, and these kinds of extracurricular activities as well, because I think even Divyan, you were the president of IEEE as well at one point. So I guess it's with all this that adds up, just like Divyan mentioned, all the extracurricular and your academic things that adds up to make you who you are in the end, at the end of your degree. So yeah, I guess that's what I would want to say to a junior or to anyone who would be starting IIT.
Thank you, Lakshan. Upeka, would you like to add more to it?
Yeah, so IIT is a place that you can quite, like, there's a lot of room for like opportunity to grow, because there's so many things you can do and take part in. Like both Divyan and Lakshan said, there's a lot of clubs, and there's also other projects like Cutting Edge and Stagecraft. So many experiences that you can volunteer to, and you're going to learn a lot from these things. You're going to learn how to deal with people, how to communicate, how to get things done. You're going to develop a lot of your soft skills. So of course, like all three of them said, studies is for sure, it's important, but don't miss out on these opportunities because they will add a lot to your life, and it's going to help you once you go into the industry as well.
Thank you, Upeka. That was very insightful. So Lakshan, I think that you have got hundreds of memories here. Would you like to share some of them with us?
Yes, definitely. I guess one of my fondest memories at IIT would be, so I was the president of the Students' Union at IIT, and we organized an event called Stagecraft, which is one of the biggest events at IIT. So Upeka was also a part of it. She was also in my team, and she was helping me a lot as well. And so just like she mentioned, it was those few months which we organized this event was amazing, because we gained so much of experience, with all the work we had, because we had to focus on our academics as well, because we had lectures and courseworks and assignments and all that. And apart from that, we had to spend our time organizing this huge event. So in organizing these kinds of events, I think as a person you gain so much of experience, you get an exposure, you connect with people outside of your scope, outside of your comfort zone or of just IT. So with all those connections, with all the people you meet, and because you'll be handling a lot of huge operations when it comes to organizing events, because you have to talk to people, you have to speak to the management at IIT, and at the same time to balance your studies. And I guess it helped me to improve my character, my qualities as a student, as a leader, and as a person in general, because I'll be working with a team. I worked with a team, and those were also students, those were also my batchmates and my colleagues. So it was amazing to work with them, and you get to understand how people will work, and how you can work with people, how you can adapt to the environment, and how you can treat people as well. So it was amazing. That experience would be the best memory I had at IIT. So
Thank you, Lakshan. And Divyan, would you like to add more to it?
Yeah, so to talk about my memories in IIT, I would say from the first year to the final year, it was a roller coaster of memories. So to begin with, during my first year, I was very much involved in hackathons and ideathons, and I've even partnered with Suresh in few of the hackathons which I participated in. So one of the major memories in that was that we came as the runner-up of a global Flutter hackathon. So that was one of the major memories which I had during my first year. And moving on to second year, we got all the club positions. So I was a part of the vice president of IEEE, as well as I was also the PR director at Mozilla Club of IIT. So there I met a lot of new people, and I got to interact with a lot of students, and also we made many projects come possible. And also we also got to organize the first ever virtual hackathon, which is IX, by the IEEE student branch of IIT. And moving on to the third year, we got, it was our internship year, and at that point we all got our jobs. And during those days, I was fortunate to get 3 awards from Westminster. So those were like my major memories in the first 3 years. And coming to the final year, of course, it was filled with studies and preparations for our finals, but also it's all about learning and finalizing whatever we studied in all 3 years. And then the major memory of Cutting Edge. Now we are here talking to you all. Also, we are also organizing this event. So these are the memories which I had in IIT.
Thank you, Divyan. Suresh, would you like to add more to it?
Sure. So talking about my memories, so when I first joined IIT, when I'm in my first year, I was batch rep back then, and my responsibilities was to coordinate the batch with the IIT administration and solve the issues that are there in the batch and all. So that's one of the memories I would like to share. Also, during my second year, I became the president of the IIT on-campus club, and I was a charter president of the club, and we had to initiate the club in IIT in collaboration with the global bodies. So we had to work with many people, including the IIT administration and the global people as well. So fortunately, we were able to organize multiple events, webinars, hackathons, and so many other events as well during my presidency at IIT on-campus club. So we were able to host the Sri Lanka's largest hashcode, the Google Hashcode Hub. That was in 2019, and we were able to secure more than 300 participants in the event. So that's one of the key highlights that I would like to share. Also, during my final year, I was appointed as the assistant choir leader of IIT choir. So during the pandemic situation, we had to host the Christmas carols program. So we had to do it fully virtual, and we had to pre-record the entire event, and it was a whole new experience because we had very limited number of time to record the entire thing, and we had to practice as well. So with a limited number of time, we were able to pull out the whole event. So that's one of the key highlights that I would like to share.
Thank you, Suresh. So here we are after a pandemic, and we have switched from our normal physical lectures to our online lectures. So how did you face the challenges, and how did you cope with it? I would like to ask from Lakshan.
Yes, I guess it's anyway a very unfortunate scenario that the country and the world collectively had to face this pandemic issue. And I think we all came from being a very active community physically to a very inactive, actually a very virtual, and we moved everything to online, from meetings to studies and lectures, everything. So it's quite unfortunate that we had to come to that point, but I think when it came to virtual studies and online education, I think IIT provided us the Blackboard platform for us to engage in online activities, to engage in lectures and tutorials as well, where we got the chance to interactively involve in our lectures and our studies. And I think fortunately for us, since we are working in the IT field, and since we are mostly working with the business, IT, and programming, and all those kinds of areas, it was we were somehow able to cope up with the fact that we had to move on from physical to an online mode of study. And I think thanks to IIT and what they provided when it came to examinations, because mainly there were some exams and some assignments which usually was held physically, and the IIT had to convert everything to an online scenario. Even some of the exams had to be online. So I mean, anyone would understand that having an exam online is a very hard thing to do, because there are so many things you have to consider when you have an exam online. But I think IIT was successful to have all these exams and lectures and coursework assignments, everything online for the last couple of years. So yeah, I guess all in all it went well, even though we had to switch from physical to online. I think we ended up coming to the point where we actually wanted to come.
Thank you, Lakshan. Upeka, would you like to add more to it?
Yeah, so it was unfortunate for sure when it started, but I think now after 2 years, IIT has sort of mastered the art of having things online. That's why we are able to run Cutting Edge, which is a massive project fully online. So it's not just projects like Cutting Edge, our lectures and everything else, I think, are happening quite seamlessly. And there are its pros as well. Like there are a lot of outstation students that come to IIT who get to have their lectures from the comfort of their homes, which, so I know, like with the fuel crisis and the country situation, that's definitely a big plus for them. And I think now if you ask the students if they prefer online or physical, you'll have a good amount of students who would say online is better. So I think it's been successful. Looking back after 2 years, I think the online mode of learning has been quite successful at IIT.
Thank you, Upeka. I'm afraid that's all the time that we have today. I hope that you enjoyed the discussion and would join me in wishing these final years all the very best for their foray in the industry. Thank you and good luck, seniors. And dear viewers, thank you again for tuning in. Stay tuned for more content brought to you by ITV.
Hi, I am Adim Ghazali. I am currently in my placement here at IIT. And speaking about my experience in IIT, I started with the 2020 foundation batch, and I've been in IIT for 3 years. So one of the first things that I wanted to do as I joined IIT was to join Rotaract, because I didn't have Interact during school. And I was lucky enough to join Rotaract because apparently our Rotaract club is one of the best in the island. So I ended up being a member for a couple of years, and I got into the director board in my previous year, and I had an extremely good time where I learned a lot through Rotaract. I learned about project management, how to handle a large number of people. I made a lot of contacts outside through clubs, companies, because of sponsorship hunting. So my network grew quite a bit, and it helped me with my communication skills and with lots of other things as well. Speaking of my other experiences when it came to IIT, specifically this particular competition and whole thing, Cutting Edge, I took part in the foundation year, and I took part in my first year as well. And during my I think my team managed to win in the foundation year in the project pitch competition, and we placed second in my first year. And then in my foundation year, when we won the competition, I was lucky enough, me and my team was lucky enough to be nominated for the NBQSA competition. And that was an amazing opportunity because we were one of the few foundation teams, and we were one of the youngest people there, because being in foundation and being nominated for NBQSA was a gigantic thing, which was a huge learning experience where we learned what the industry expects from us and how to what to do to fulfill the requirements of the industry. And right now in my in placement here, I'm looking for a job, and this past experiences I'm sure is going to help me get a good internship. And yeah, I'm hoping to learn more through IIT and get more from its experiences. Thank you.
Hello everyone. So today with us we have Ms. Kalaikavi Ragulan, who is the director at Inspirex, which is essentially an ideation and execution agency. So her interest in marketing stems from her time at the University of Colombo, where she completed her bachelor's degree in marketing. And throughout her experience in the domain, she has managed several brands at the high level. So, Ms. Kalaikavi, over to you.
Thank you, Vishal. So I'll share the screen. So hello, everyone. So today we are going to look what's digital marketing, a small overview, how this is going to fit in as a career or as a part of our job profile in the future. So today I'll be covering so why there is a huge hype about digital marketing, because you might have heard like there are lots of buzz about digital marketing and so many stuffs happening around it. So you might be wondering why is that? So let's see how or why, and then fundamentals of marketing and how digital marketing fits in. Because if you are to graduate and go out as a professional and enter the corporate world, you have to have a basic knowledge of marketing, which will help you to understand your company's customers, their customer journey, so that it will help you to progress in your career, whatever the field you are in, despite let it be IT or finance or even marketing. So you should have a basic understanding. So let's see how digital marketing fits in that. And then third one is you might have heard about digital marketing, social media marketing. So you might be wondering whether both are the same or both are different. So I'll be covering on that. And then finally, components of digital marketing, how effective digital marketing is for a business or a brand. So let's go to the first section. So if I ask you a question, is social media marketing just an addiction or access? What would you say? Most of our parents would say it's just an addiction. That's how we get scolded. But if you ask this question from me, I would say it's access. So whether it's addiction or access, it all depends how you're going to use it. So let's see how social media gives access and to whom. So if you take these two graphs, these are from United States. Can you see the blue line on the graph left, which is steep towards the very end of the graph from 2005 onwards? So that is the digital marketing spending. So normally what happens is a marketing channel's importance is measured based on the budgets allocated by all the companies in a particular industry or particular country. So here, if you see, all other marketing channels like TV, print, out of home, radio, cinema, everything, while they are having a declining budget lines, you can see the digital line is growing really fast and it's steeping. So the reason is the importance of digital marketing has become very vital for companies to allocate more and more budget in digital compared to all other marketing channels. So right now, especially after COVID, what's happening is from the budgets allocated from other mediums like TV and print, companies are pulling off those budgets and they're adding to digital, because through digital they are seeing lots of results, as well as those results could be measured and the ROI could be very accurately calculated. On the other hand, the graph that you see on the right side, you can see the black blocks are the billions of budgets allocated for all type of marketing, and you can see the trend line of total video ad spending. So especially video ad covers YouTube. So from 2072 onwards, it is increasing from 26% to 27, 28, 29, 30%. Likewise, it's keeping on increasing. So video ads are just a very small part of digital marketing. So you can understand the importance of digital marketing when it comes to the company's budgets. How are they being spent? So moving on, if you ask why digital marketing, so the one reason that we could give is the size, the volume. So as marketers or as business decision makers, we should understand what is marketing. So if I ask you that question, you can answer to yourself and see. If I ask what is marketing, the simple answer for marketing is reaching our target audiences with our products or services and serving our customers. So simply that is marketing, and there are so many ways to reach them, so many things to be considered, which I'll cover a little later. So what happens is our target audiences, if they are in a particular place or if they are using a particular channel in a very intensive manner, obviously we as business decision makers or brand owners, we have to be there. So here, if you see 2.45 billion users are there right now in Facebook, which is the total of combined population of US, China, and Brazil. So these are the three top populated countries, and Facebook has more population than these three countries combined. So this simply explains our target audiences or people whom we are supposed to target are there in Facebook. So it's obviously we as brands or business owners have to be there. And when it comes to Instagram, so second growing, the other growing social media platform, which has 1 billion users, and WhatsApp 2 billion users, YouTube 2 billion, and WeChat 1.2 billion, which is exclusively for China market, and then LinkedIn 760 million. So if this much of people are there in these platforms, obviously brands with their products and services, they have to be there. So simply answering the question, why digital marketing? The answer is we have to be there where our customers are, very actively using their time, so that we get to be seen by them. They understand our brand, they understand about our product, they will start recalling our brand. So all these happen in social media marketing, and it will help us to help the brands to reach what they want. So a little bit of fundamentals of marketing. So here, if you take, I think most of you would have heard about 7 P's in marketing, which is called marketing mix, which includes product, price, place, promotion, people, process, and physical evidence. So product is what you as a business had to offer. It could be a product, a tangible product or a service. Then the price. So you have to decide the price either based on the market price or maybe cost, or there are so many factors that decides a price. Say for example, if it's a very luxury brand, something like Louis Vuitton or something like that, their pricing is decided not based on cost, not based on market price, but based on their brand value. Because if you are wearing Louis Vuitton handbag or maybe belt, then you are considered as a elite, like you are considered as a top class, right? So that perception, that is the brand value that brand has. So accordingly, they price their new ranges. Whenever a new range comes from a luxury brand, if you have noticed, always the price is higher, because while they launch new products, their brand value keeps on increasing. So their pricing reflects that. And then place. So that is how we deliver, whether we are going to have online store only, or whether we are going to have online and offline store, or whether there are any other channels. So how we reach our target audiences is all about place. Then the promotion. So that's where we are going to come. Digital marketing plays a role under promotion. So that's how that is how we advertise. What we see in TV, radio, newspapers, social media, everything comes under promotion. Then people. So that's the internal people, the staff, how they are representing the brand, how they are helping to streamline this entire process to reach the target audiences. Process is how the business is functioning from end to end, from producing the product or service to reaching the customer, delivering and satisfying them, after sales service, that entire process, how it works. Physical evidence, so that is where the business or the brand is functioning. So all these together decides a company's success of a particular product or brand. So moving on, let's see where our marketing, digital marketing fits in is actually here. So under promotion, there are three things: ATL, BTL, TTL. ATL means above the line, BTL means below the line, TTL through the line. Above the line means advertising platforms that are untargeted, which helps people to which helps the brands to reach unlimited number of target audiences. For example, hoarding or a TV advertisement. So when a brand put up a hoarding, they can't target people. They can't say only kids. This is for kids, or this is for parents, or this is for men, this is for women. They can't do that. It's always ideal. ATL is done for a mass market product, something like a biscuit, a Maliban biscuit or Manchi biscuit. For them, ATL is the way of building their brand. So you might have seen mostly these kind of brands only advertise in hoardings, whereas exclusive niche brands never advertise in hoardings. TV also the same. You can't limit who watch the TV, right? So you can't target a particular group of people. So in the total target group or target audiences a product is targeting, if they are targeting only a very particular set of number of people, that is called niche target. So ATL is not a platform for that. So TV advertisements, radio advertisement, print advertisements, and hoardings comes under above the line. That is the mass market products, especially for brand building. On the other hand, below the line, that is BTL, that is for brands that specifically target some niche products. Say, for example, like exclusive perfume for women above 35 years old, for example, I'm just saying. So then it's a very niche target. So for them, for that kind of brands, below the line, so below the line activities like, okay, going to a women's club and promoting the brand is an ideal situation, because normally women's club are participated by women over 35. So simply walking in, getting permission and distributing leaflets or giving some samples at the session and get them to use it is a way of doing below the line advertisement. So normally below the line is all about sales promotions. You might have seen in supermarkets, there will be people coming and giving you some samples to test and eat and try. So those are below the line marketing activities. Third one, through the line. So this is a new addition to this BTL and ATL, where whatever covers both aspects like brand building as well as a very niche conversion driven campaign, if this marketing channel has a mix of everything, that comes under TTL. So digital marketing comes under TTL. So this is the overall fundamentals of marketing and how digital marketing fits in there. Hope up to this it's clear. So assuming that it's clear, I'm just moving on. So this is what I explained actually. So above the line has television, radio, and internet, and then below the line has sales promotion, discount, coupons, and through the line has digital marketing. So the next question is digital marketing and social media marketing the same? If I ask you that question, what would be your answer? Some people might say both are same, some might say no. So the answer for that is no. Digital marketing is a vast area, whereas social media marketing is only a part of it. So let me explain. So digital marketing channels or digital marketing activities are conducting a particular activity to reach a set of target audiences using any digital channels. So we can simply define digital marketing in that way. So using an email, Facebook, or maybe WhatsApp message, everything comes under digital marketing. But whereas social media marketing is only using social media channels like Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube to target a particular set of people. So that comes under social media marketing. So other than social media marketing, there is email marketing. So you might have seen to your inbox, there will be inbox or your spam folder, there are lots of emails would have come. And then, so that is email marketing. And then online public relations, like say you like publishing an online article about a particular product, or maybe you might have seen platforms like Yamu. They used to write about restaurants, right? So some are genuine reviews from Yamu, some are paid by the brands to write about them. So that is a way of creating online content about them so that they can get more business. And then we have viral marketing. You might have seen lots of viral marketing campaigns running. Stunts are done by brands to get the attention of the people. Influencer marketing, all of you know, the influencers use certain product and they say, this is very good, I used it, I'm recommending this to you, likewise, and we also follow them. So that is influencer marketing. And then content marketing is you create content about your product. For example, the vlogs, you might have what you have watched about, say, for example, about Sri Lanka. So some of these people, foreigners who do, are actually paid to do that. So they do it, they create the content about the country, and they and that is published in various digital channels so that people get attracted by that content. So there we are actually not selling anything. We are not telling visit Sri Lanka or nothing like that. But in back of the mind, in the sales decision, purchase decision making, we are influencing them. Sri Lanka is a nice country. If you're going on your next trip, why not choose Sri Lanka? So people who watch that video will have this in their mind, and the time when the travel planning comes, they might consider coming to Sri Lanka. Search engine optimization, or SEO, is actually a service or a product that decides what search results should come first when you search for something. For example, if your laptop is broken, you will go and search for laptop repair shops in Colombo. And there are so many things that decides what you see as first results and what you see as second, third, likewise. So how these first results came on the top compared to the rest is because of certain algorithms that is according to Google or other search engines, and it picks the best one. So that most probably, most of the cases, we click on the first results and the conversions happen there. So that is search engine optimization. Pay per click, when you search for something in Google, you might have seen on the top before the above the results, there's a small ad kind of a thing appears with a word AD, right? If you haven't noticed, just go to Google and search for, say, for example, hotels in Bali. So you will see the advertisements from booking.com or agoda.com where it's called paid per click. So that those advertisements are set up in Google or search engines like Google, Yahoo, Bing to advertise their advertisement for certain keywords that the users use. So hotels in Bali is a keyword. So if someone has bid for that particular keyword, when you search, you will see that ad. And then affiliate marketing, like 2-3 brands together working in one particular thing. Say, for example, complementary brands, they work together and try to generate sales for each other. So these are the other aspects in digital marketing. But whereas today, I'll be going little deeper in social media marketing because that is the most influential and highly ROI, that is return on investment driven way of doing digital marketing.
Angara. I really enjoy working at 1 Billion Tech. It has taught me how to become a balanced individual.
Hi, I am Ahmed. I am a final year student of IIT. I joined as an intern and today I am an associate software engineer. 1 Billion Tech helped me to take off my career.
So before that, we should understand one main thing about social media algorithms. So what is, I think you guys might be familiar with the word algorithm. So it's about a mechanism that is used by social media like Facebook to decide what the users see and in what order and how frequently they are going to see it in their news feed. Say for example, recently you might have searched about a particular shoe. Okay, you might have searched about a particular brand, or you might have searched about online shoe shops in Sri Lanka or something like that. And afterwards, you will start seeing all type of ads related to shoes. You can think about it and see, you might have experienced it, right? It's not only shoes, there are so many things. So why that happened was, the moment you search for it, you are labeled as a person who is looking to buy shoes. So all the advertisers who are trying to sell shoes will be shown to you, so that you will become one of the potential customer for one of those vendors. So Facebook algorithm understands what you do, what you like more than humans. Sometimes social media understands us better. So another thing is, now we talk about privacy, right? We think we putting a lock to our social media profile, or maybe things will help us to be save our privacy and all. But if you ask me, actually the moment you create a Facebook account or a Gmail or whatever digital, your data is already there, out there, and brands are using it. So for example, now I update my bio in Facebook, my designation, my year of birth, and whether I'm married or not. Likewise, I update so many details, right? So all of those details are used to target, all of those details are used by advertisers to target you with certain advertisements. Say for example, if I have updated my relationship status as single, or open for open for some potential people or something like that, then you will start seeing all the advertisements done by these dating sites. But whereas if a same person, like let's say for example, 25-year-old girl updates her status as single, at the same time her friend who is also 25-year-old, she updates her status as married. So though they are both are females and same age, the dating site advertisement will appear to the person who made it as single, not to the person who is married. But for this married person, she will start seeing couple offers, some special hotel bookings, suites and things like that, whereas the other person might not see it. So all the data, whatever you are giving there, or like even your comments or the way you interact with certain brands, everything is recorded and you are labeled under so many categories. So whenever an advertiser tries to advertise certain things to you, all this data will be used by these Facebook algorithms and all, and you will be targeted. So as I said, nothing is private there. The moment you even like someone's photo, let's say for example, you can try this and see, like go to your news feed and start liking one or two photos of a person whose photos you haven't liked at all. And from tomorrow, day after tomorrow onwards, you will start seeing more and more updates from that person, because Facebook identifies that you are recently you have got some interest in this person, so that it will start showing you more and more updates from this person in the timeline than something else. Say for example, if you are a group of friends of 4 or 5 people, you will always see your other 3 or 4 people's updates in your timeline, right? Because you guys are connected in social media, like you always comment, share, react So because of that, the prominence is given more to that kind of people. So likewise, your behavior is being tracked, and that those behaviors are being used by marketers to advertise products and services to you. So the ranking signals decides who a user typically interacts with, the type of media in the post. So normally, let's say if you like lots of videos, say for example, in my case, I love dogs. I love watching lots of dog videos. So if someone goes to my timeline, they will see so many dog related suggestions in the timeline, because I love videos of dogs, not even images, but videos. So I see lots of dog related video content than anything else. But let's say, for example, if you like images of cosmetic items, if you are interacting more and more with, latest Mac brand or latest Kylie brand or whatever, what happens is in your timeline, you will see more and more suggestions from cosmetic images. So it all depends on how you interact or how you use this medium in social media. Then the third one is the popularity of the post. If a post is trending, say for example, a couple of months ago in Sri Lanka, Go Gota Gama was, it was trending, right? So anything related to that comes on the top, not the rest. So latest trends also matters. For example, some of you would have seen these advertisements. The moment when Apple introduced their iPhone X Pro, so that the speciality of that phone was the 3 cameras. The moment that was announced, people went crazy. When Apple introduces something new, people went crazy. And this is how the brands responded, because the brands wanted to be in trend. The brands wanted to be seen by their target audiences. So they did what their target audiences like. So Nescafe, McDonald's, I'm not sure about this cake brand, and then Swiggy. All of them went with the same 3 camera theme, so that they were relevant with the market trend. So this is how social media content are made, and this is how the social media content goes viral, and this is how it makes an impact, so that the people will start buying the product or service. So that is one part of social media, that is how it works, or the algorithms, how your behavior is used to track you and target you a particular campaign. That's how it works. And let's see how the targeting works in social media. So here, it's an example of how a shipping company could use Facebook and Instagram to target certain ship owners or ship principals who will be a potential customer for this shipping company. So they know exactly what are the countries where these ship owners and ship principals are from. So China, Cyprus, Germany, India, Greece, and Singapore are the countries where most of the ship owners or ship principals are there. So this campaign will be delivered to these countries, targeting these kind of people, ship owners, ship principals, ship managers, marine engineers, likewise. And when we are targeting like that, here what you're seeing is a backend of Facebook. So on the left, you can see when we target all of those countries, it shows the total reach that this campaign could have is 340 million people. That is the all digital population, or Facebook population in these countries. On the right hand side, what you see is when we try to limit that target audiences with certain interest or things related to them. Say for example, here what you can see under people who match, Sailor, Maersk, Export, Sri Lanka, Indian Ocean, shipping containers. So these are the things that our target audiences will be interested in. So here you can see lots of names of ships. So when we target people like that, so we are narrowing our target from 340 million to 34 million, which is way better. So that, because when the target audience size is really huge and it's not properly targeted, our advertisement or our marketing budget will be spent on irrelevant people as well. But whereas when we narrow our target audience and reach the most potential people, our entire budget will be spent on them, so that our return on investment, that is ROI, will be high. So you can see from 340 to 34 million, it has come down. And in the bottom, can you see audience size? It shows reach 24,000 to 71K, meaning if we spend a $50 budget for a particular day, hope you can see this part. What Facebook suggests is if we are spending a $50 budget for a day, out of this 34 million people, you can reach 24,000 to 71,000 people. So Facebook or social media is this much accurate that we can see how our marketing results are going to be. We can actually predict how it will be. So this flexibility is not there in TV, radio, or any other platform. So that's why digital marketing is becoming very important in the current scenario. So moving on, this is the same example of how LinkedIn works. So LinkedIn also same like Facebook, but only difference is in LinkedIn, you can target people based on their designation, because that is something that they always update. Like even you guys, if you are in LinkedIn, you normally update, right, your designation. So let's say, for example, if you have updated your designation as intern for something, and if someone is trying to advertise targeting interns, you will get targeted. So this is in LinkedIn. So moving on, here what you're seeing is another form of digital advertisement. That is what I told, paid per click. Can you see on the top? Here we have google.gr, that is Greece Google. So you know, right, Sri Lanka is google.lk. So this is google.gr. So if a company wants to advertise or find Greece in a company in Greece, if they want to come to Sri Lankan waters, or like if they want to find a Sri Lankan company, this is how they will search, right? They will go to their default search engine, that is google.gr, and then they will search for shipping companies in Sri Lanka. So here, this particular company, they are advertising to that keyword. So most of the chances, the person who searches clicks on this and tries to make a contact or, you know, close a deal is way higher. So that a business is actually closed here. So that is the flexibility that we have in digital marketing compared to other platforms. So this is again in Google and Facebook, YouTube. So YouTube is owned by Google. So all the advertisement when we set up, that should be done in Google backend, whereas Instagram is owned by Facebook. So all the advertisements for Instagram also should be done in Facebook backend. So normally advertisers have a separate backend. It's called ad accounts and business managers. So through that only we do all these targeting, target people, and, you know, create content for them and get them to sign up with us, call us, send WhatsApp message, likewise. So moving on to the detailed benefit of social media marketing. This is another very interesting benefit of social media marketing. You can measure your results with so many different measures. Say, for example, here, this is a video advertisement, and you can see here it's shown 1.2 million people have reached, and out of that 51,000 odd people have engaged. And here you can see it separately gives each and every campaign's budget, and for this budget, what's the results we have got. So for the spending $200, we have got 2,025 post engagement, and we have reached 18,276 people, and the total budget spent was $40. So for this $40, we have reached up to these results. Same way, normally when it comes to marketing meetings and all, the very important question asked is how effective your campaign is. So when that question comes, this is what you have to present. So when you say, okay, we have spent this much of budget, for that budget we have reached this number of people, and we have reached these results. So it quantifies our effort, and it says whether this is fine or not. Or we can even compare the separate results and see which campaign performed better. So this is one flexibility in digital marketing, which again, it's missing in other platforms like TV or holdings or anything like that. So moving on. So these are some of the ways how we measure results. So there are lots of matrices, there are lots of tables and charts and reports to analyze. Country-wise, we can analyze. So decision making and making the campaigns more effective is almost real time. Then and there, we can look at a campaign and say whether this is not working or whether this is working, or should we do this, that change. Everything could be done. So budgets could be controlled. So that is the benefit of going for social media marketing. So because this is a preliminary session and I had to cover the basics, I have covered the basics, so that I believe that it had some idea, gave you some idea about how digital marketing works and the importance and the flexibility that we have in going for digital marketing compared to other marketing channels for brands and businesses. If you have any doubts, you can always be in touch with me. Thank you so much.
Yeah, you can be the greatest, you can be the best, you can be the King Kong banging on your chest.
You can beat the world, you can beat the war. You can talk to God, go banging on his door.
You can throw your hands up, you can beat the clock. You can move a mountain, you can break rocks.
You can be a master, don't wait for luck. Dedicate yourself and you gon' find yourself
standing in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
And the world's gonna know your name.
Yeah.
Cause you burn with the birth flame.
Yeah.
And the world's gonna know your name.
Yeah.
And you'll be on the walls of the Hall of Fame. You can go the distance, you can run the mile. You can walk straight through hell with a smile.
You could be the hero, you can get the gold. Breaking all the records they thought never could be broke.
Yeah, do it for your people, do it for your pride. Are you ever gonna know if you never even try?
Do it for your country, do it for your name.
Cause there's gonna be a day when you're standing in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
And the world's gonna know your name.
Yeah.
Cause you burn with the birth flame.
Yeah.
And the world's gonna know your name.
Yeah.
And you'll be on the walls of the Hall of Fame.
brightly shining. It is the night of our dear Savior's birth. Long lay the world in sin and never pining, till He appeared and the soul felt His word. A thrill of hope, the weary world rejoices, for yonder breaks a new and glorious morn. Fall on your knees, oh, hear the angel voices on high, divine, oh, night, when Christ was born. serene evening with glowing hearts by His cradle we stand. So led by light of a star sweetly gleaming, here come the wise men from Orient land. The King of Kings laid us in lowly manger, in all our trials born to be our friend. Fall on your knees, oh, hear the angel voices, oh, night divine, oh, night when Christ was born, oh, night divine, oh, night, oh, night divine.
Hello everyone, I'm Hasita Velaratna. I'm here to demonstrate my final year project, which is a predictive tool for mental health improvement with peer support using speech emotion state classification for university students. So at present, many children as well as adults suffer from mental health issues with their busy lifestyles and because not being able to handle stressful events in their life. Also, many won't have anyone to reach to get help for these issues as they fear their friends and family might treat them differently. According to a study done in 2020, more than 42.3% of the university students have experienced a serious psychological issue for which they felt that they need someone to talk about their issues and stressful conditions. The main reason for this is lack of proper systematic procedure in universities to identify, talk and support the victims or students with mental health issues such as stress, depression and anxiety. The other reasons are students have less awareness about mental health and the effect of mental health issues in their future career and life. Next is the lack of trained mental health staff at universities with proper techniques such as active listening. And next is students won't reach counselors because they have no confidence in counselors could resolve their issues. Next is the availability of counseling facilities because most of these counseling facilities in universities will only be available in weekdays while the academics happen. Also in most universities, they don't have a proper way to facilitate peer support approach for students. So the proposed solution is a web-based application with mental health peer support sessions with speech emotion prediction using the convolutional neural network deep learning algorithm. Also, there are detailed reports of emotions predicted for each session and the students will be able to channel counselors based on these predicted emotion results. And most importantly, the personal details such as name of the students who are using the peer support sessions are 100% private in peer support sessions and will only be revealed to the counselors during the counseling sessions. So the tools and technologies used for this prototype are convolutional neural networks, MFCC, Python, Flask, Librosa, Angular, MySQL, WebRTC, SQL Alchemy, Peer.js, NGSoro, Keras, TensorFlow, and PrimeNG. Thank you.
BM Health is a mobile application that helps users to find BMI and BMR easily. Why this has become a real-time problem? According to the United Nations, world hunger has not yet been eradicated, but obesity is still rising. In 2016, more than 1.9 billion people were overweight and more than 650 million people were obese. Many people die not because of being underweight, but because of obesity and being overweight. Obesity and being overweight can lead to many diseases, including heart disease, cancers, high blood pressure, and many more. BMI or body mass index is a simple indicator which helps to determine if a person has a healthy weight according to the height. BMR or basal metabolic rate is a calculation which helps to find the minimum calories that a person needs to live. BMR is specially used when a person wants to lose weight or gain weight. All the current existing BMI and BMR calculators require you to enter your data such as height and weight manually, which is not time efficient and sometimes not possible. In our solution, users just need to provide their face image and the app will automatically calculate that person's height and weight and display their BMI and BMR. Therefore, users don't need to waste time calculating their height and weight. BM Health stakeholders are doctors, personal trainees, bodybuilders, and athletes. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Bishul Shafi. I'm currently pursuing a Masters of Science in Advanced Software Engineering. So here we are with an opinion mining website called as What a Review, which uses opinion mining techniques and advanced machine learning algorithms to summarize and evaluate customer opinions and feedback. Well, before I explain more about this, let me ask you a few questions. Have you ever come across a very lengthy paragraph of text or even a customer review on a site such as Amazon? And have you ever wondered how it would have been if this lengthy review was summarized and shown to you? Not only that, would you like to see if that review the customer posted was a sarcastic review or not? And would you now think, well, is there even a website for that? Yes, here we go. Now we have. Well, you might think if this is actually a problem in the first place. But let's say you want to buy a product on Amazon. But before buying, you would look for their reviews and what people are telling about it, right? And sometimes you might spend several hours to find out the best product because the reviews you have there could be very lengthy and some reviews could be even sarcastic, which you will understand only when you read the entire review. So this is very time consuming, right? But imagine you have all the important information about the product ready for you beforehand, and all you need to do is just have a look at the summarized version of the original review and also an indicator which will tell you whether the review is sarcastic or not. Not only that, this web application mines the review that you have typed and rates the review out of 5 again on real time. So for people who rely on customer reviews and for businesses to understand what their customers are saying, this web application is going to be your ideal go-to website which provides all necessary information about a review at a glance. The end product is a web application which uses opinion mining techniques to summarize, evaluate and rate the customer reviews, and all these being done in real time. This web application is very similar to the Amazon, Yelp or even TripAdvisor, but unlike them, here we have reviews with more meaningful information which is going to be helpful and quick and easy in decision making. So are you ready to change the world with your review? If you do that, people will love it and they will be like, what a review. Thank you for listening.
Hi, I am Thamshi and my project is Divide, which is an employee health and safety management system during viral pandemics. So over the past 5 decades, we have witnessed a range of natural as well as man-made emergencies, and COVID-19 is the latest example that we have witnessed. World Health Organization states that the current environmental, political and economical trends will show an increased future severity of such disasters. We can see, for example, we hear about a new virus called monkeypox where certain countries have already started the quarantine process. It is important for employees to manage pandemics at workplace as good working conditions of employees can result in an overall social protection. Yet, 20 to 25% of weekly COVID-19 contacts were made in workplace due to poor pandemic management, resulting in a 4.5% of GDP drop by 2022 due to closures of organizations. The pilot studies and literature prove problems faced during viral pandemic in corporate sector, such as employees not feeling confident to return to work and the feeling of their health in general being neglected, such as post-COVID conditions, stress, and also employees might find the COVID-19 contact tracing procedures complicated and could cause a lot of human error. Then gathering vaccination data via manual forms can be complicated to keep track of and to update. Then also employers find it hard to make informed and timely company decisions, such as how and when to reopen office, who and what are the departments which bring higher risk to the office. Considering the problems identified, a web-based solution was designed which includes features such as predicting the future risk of having an infected employee in office, getting department-wise risk predictions, suggesting days on which office needs to be closed in order to minimize the risk of viral transmission. Then employees can maintain a personal health record throughout the employment, which help employees identify employee fatality to viruses such as COVID-19. So I hope us in the IT industry can do our contribution to the society to save lives from future pandemics or even from COVID-19 variants that might emerge in the future. Thank you.
Hi, we are Team DeepMinds. This is about our product VARC Math. Our aim is to integrate passion for computer games with the need to educate the young generation in mathematics. Let's first look into the real-world problem. First point is in the digital age, there is a high demand for educational gaming applications, although there aren't many applications available with interesting gamification elements. So what is gamification? Gamification is the use of gaming techniques in a non-gaming context. Gamification techniques create a motivational tension, where the kid is motivated to win the game and achieve the rewards, while unconsciously accomplishing himself with the required educational content. Second point is that traditional ways of teaching kids are boring and stressful. The reason for this is everybody have their own preferred learning style. When it comes to learning styles, VARC Learning Style is the popular across the globe for covering a wide range of people's learning styles. VARC can be categorized into 3 ways. Visual learners who process information that they can see better than information that they hear. Auditory learners who learn information at its best when delivered using a mode of sound or orally. Kinesthetic learners who learn best when actively engaged in the given activities of learning. Considering these problems, we came up with idea to make an educational gaming application where students can learn with their preferred learning style. The solution is to find the learning style of student through VARC Learning Style and develop a gaming app with interesting gamification elements. Our product is a 3D game with the integration of AR technology for kids who are interested in learning mathematics from ages 6 to 9. We used the Unity game engine to animate, design, and develop the application with the use of Firebase for data structure. Now let's look into target market and opportunity. Our target audience is kids who wish to learn mathematics from ages 6 to 9. The primary beneficiaries are primary school children, parents, and teachers. Looking into the market. Educational games market was valued at $9.20 billion in 2019 and is projected to reach $88.11 billion by 2027, growing at a CAGR of 38.53% from 2020 to 2027. Our targeted app platforms are Android and iOS.